when they meet each other. But Yaakov Koi, that he was going up and down, it's going on Yaakov that they wanted to harm him. Until Hashem came up and stood him to guard him. We see many places that when it comes to Malach Levi, you have two angels at a time escorting somebody. Like it says in the Gemara on Shabbos. Or another thing, that Adam Chashiv should not go out without two people with him. Because by Avram, that it says by Avram were based not out of Dima. When Avram went to for that kid is Yitzchak, that he had the two lads with him. Like a person who's blowing the wind on the sun to keep him cool. In the first lad, you can explain like someone to like wave off the flies from him. They give the marshal for a prince who was sleeping, and they're waving off the flies from him. Next round, I'm zipping through this. I apologize. I'm ripping through it, and I feel my apologies to the Marshal and to the class here, and to those of the viewers at home. So because of Adam. Hashem promises Yaakov, you're going to get Eretz Yisrael. You and your children, it's going to be inheritance for you. The entire land is going to be your eternal inheritance for your son. So he says that it's not enough to promise. It's not enough to promise in the prophecy, because there's a difference between potential and actual. Put your money where your mouth is. Therefore, he says, Avakasha dakati minolan dekatlia dakpila. So we got two things. First of all, he's saying he's folding up the whole Eretz Yisrael underneath him, because I'm saying this is Yerusha for your children, and boom, I'm making you a kinyan. I think the Rogachover, the Tafas Paneach, explains that this is you make that he folds it up till it should be trained, make a kinyan. So that's the first thing. It's not enough to promise the kayach, but boom, now it's yours. But then we have another explanation, so that it should be as easier for you to conquer as the Daled Amos that it says under you. For easier as your children, to your descendants, to be able to conquer. So now we say we still don't know why he's falling over. From where we learned that he's falling over under Kadesh the coverage, that it should be easy for him to conquer. The whole like Kashulan. He doesn't have. We don't have this question yet. Elamai Rabusi, but it's a Rabusi, so it's extra. The aim of Rabusi too, and you could say that it's extra. Should nothing like call Eretz Yisrael. That what is he saying? The extra part that he folded up, they give an entire Eretz Yisrael, take the call Eretz Yisrael, the kippur tachtav, and he folds it under him. So that the promise should be given in actuality. I'm not just giving a prophecy. One day it's going to be, but bam, this is the kinyan. The whole Eretz Yisrael underneath you, it's your possession, and for your children and forever after. B'poil, mamish b'poil, not just a promise. For sure, it's enough for Yaakov to promise. I don't need the al netina. It would be enough for Yaakov the netina. So what's the tufta here? That's the busi that he's actually also folding it under him. Hashem promised him. He's not going to ask the shaylas on it. But the folding it under now. So that from that you can save him. Came That's for something else. See that way Mashal learned this. That's for the question that wasn't asked specifically. Will it be easy to conquer or not? So the Haftarah itself, that's fine. Yaakov, you give me the Haftarah. You're saying two ways to look at this. See the genius of the Moshe. The Moshe teaches how to read. Hashem promised Yaakov that Eretz Yisrael is going to be for you and your descendants, no problem. And then it says, and he folds it underneath them, right? He folds it up the whole land underneath them. What's the fold for? So we say that I'm giving you the land, and so it should be as easy to conquer as Daled Amos underneath. So you could say, on one hand, I promise you that you have Eretz Yisrael, and boom, here's Eretz Yisrael and into you. Then the Haftacha is taken care of. You have the it's for Payil, not just for Koyach and Haftacha and the Nevuah and the promise and the prophecy for your children. But damn, here it is. But from Koyach and Payil, now it's Payil. It's underneath you. You know, to find out the Tafas Paneach, what he says about this, the Kenyan, with the Ragusham guys. So now we have a question about what you're telling me about the kibush. I never asked that question yet. What's about the kibush? You tell me you folded it over for the extra because the promise go from promise to actual. Just says that's the unasked question. Why? What's the kibush about? Yaakov Avinu doesn't doubt the promise. So you can say the haftacha, the promise that I'm giving you the land for you to stop for of your children forever after. That I believe, fine, no problem, okay. When you Hashem promises, that's Payil. The Koyach and Payil is all the same thing, when Abishah says. The straight to of a Yad of a doesn't wait for every Vayket. And behold, Hashem here, and it was like already as it came out of his mouth, not like, turn on the switch and then flicker, oh, the light comes on. But bam, it's art immediately. Hashem says, I promise for your children this inheritance forever after. Boom, it's done. The Haftacha was enough for Yaakov. So what's the folding it up underneath? That's for the kibush. That's you didn't ask the question. That's the unasked question. But I'm telling you that for the future. Not only that, when you conquer it, will be as easy to conquer as the Dalet Almasam. Two ways that's to explain that it says about folded it under for the extra for yours and for kibush. But where's we have extra here. How does it all fit in? This is the way that Mashak explains how it all fit in. Beautifully, brilliant. Shkoyach, Titus. Elter! What?
I got to tell this now, but it's still the Shabbos. It's not here, right?
Se terminó el shiur.
Okay.
Se acabó el shiur.
Titus, good. Everybody should get ready for Marv. I have to go. I'd love to stay, but I gotta go home. My wife needs me home really right now. I gotta help with the kids stuff.
And it's staff. I gotta be a good husband.
Nah. Say hello, everyone.